Recently, there's been a very interesting conversation in the streaming world, which is, do cameramen get paid enough money? So if you've been under a rock or you haven't seen the recent videos, DDG has been under fire because he ended up firing his cameraman Ed. Now Ed claims that basically he didn't make enough money. DDG thought that he was paying enough.
The pay isn't right for me, as you guys know, with the cameraman job. Because I needed to make more money, all I did was wake up earlier, wake up later, make some content, make some clothes, and make some money. In all honesty, when it comes to the pay that is received strictly off filming, it wasn't enough for the financial needs that I had. Now you guys can get a general idea, but when you live in LA, just the regular payments that you have, whether it's rent, car, insurance, just the basic things and food, if the money was to come in, it would come right out. And when you're doing a cameraman job, you have to dedicate your time to this individual. That is what you're signing up for. Now, out of respect, I will not say how much I was getting paid, but I needed more money.
So today we're going to actually view these clips and determine, based upon the actual money that cameramen make in real life, if what Ed was making was enough. Now, the first thing that we need to look at is, what is the standard salary of a cameraman, for example, in LA, which is where DDG is stationed at. If we look at the table, you can see that at the lower end, you can make 11,000 to 20,000, all the way up to 200K at most. Now, 200K is very specific, almost like 1 percentile type of cameraman. Okay, when you look at usually the average, it's stagnant around 50. Now, if you look at how much Ed was making, he was making about $5,000. Okay, now here's the thing, that didn't include perks like buying his flights, his food, and also his living expenses when he would stay with DDG. So if you look at the total, he was making well more than 5,000 based upon those estimates. Now, the issue here isn't about, is it a fair wage? Is it fair for somebody who makes 200K a month to decide, hey, you'll only get 5K from? Well, it depends on you, right? As a cameraman, you gotta understand that at the end of the day, everything's a business, especially as a viewer. So in the way DDG is doing things, he's looking at it from a very from a business perspective, right? If he hands out 5K to him, we don't know all of DDG's expenses, right? 200K a month can go down very easily. I know you guys don't believe it. I know you guys are like, oh my God, but B, how can they? It's possible, okay? You gotta think about clippers, thumbnails. You gotta think about his team around him. If he has a manager, the cut that the manager takes. There's a lot more fees that go into content creation than just basically just a cameraman.
Will indirectly try to diss working for me, but so excited, like that be blowing me, bro. Like, you don't know how much cameraman's paid. Tell him how much he was paid at this point, bro. Like, I don't give a no. Let me put this in your brain. No cameraman will ever make as much money as the they're filming. When a McDonald's, a nigga that's working at McDonald's, Checkers, In-N-Out, when they're making them burgers, you think they think in their head, damn, bro, I don't want to make these burgers no more, because the that own In-N-Out, the that worked hard as to get to this point in his life to make this much money, is making more than me. It's not fair. Oh, I made 20 burgers today, I need more money. No, not what it is. So I don't like how this cameraman shit, y'all trying to diss, but it's like, y'all don't understand, bro. Like, is that work for me, bro? As a cameraman, you live a beautiful life. You travel the world, you meet the coolest people in the world. Like, every that ever worked for me will tell you that. You can't say that you don't. Travel to real see that you ain't even, you know what I mean? Just because you ain't getting paid $100,000 or whatever the nigga expecting, that don't mean a nigga ain't spending damn near that much. Flying across the world, putting in nice ass hotels, Airbnbs, feeding this. Boy, I'm a great boss. I feed my cameraman, y'all. All this shit online where we be joking and shit, the cameraman don't eat. No, if we go to Steak 48, you think I'm gonna tell my cameraman to go to In-N-Out? No, get a Wagyu. I'm rich as hell. But I'm not finna go above and beyond paying him just because I'm making more money. It makes no sense. This is a business. That's not how businesses work. Just because you're an individual, it doesn't mean that I don't operate like a business. You feel me?
Now, I am in agreement that there should be more incentives for cameramen, but from the video and the clip that Ed posed, he doesn't necessarily go into the incentives. The only other example we have is literally Drew, who is Lacey's cameraman, and he makes 20 to 25K a month. But that is based upon the base salary he receives, which from everything that I saw was 5 to 7K. Then he also gets a cut of the Snapchat revenue, which in the latest video that Lacey talked about Snapchat was around 14K when he was speaking with Stable Ronaldo about it. And then you also got other stuff like he pays for his rent, basically his living expenses, his food, and any other thing that might be something he requires while he's with Lacey. Okay. Plus, and also he Drew actually streams, right? And so does Ed. So you also gotta see at all these other opportunities that you get as a cameraman of a famous streamer. I think if you look at Yearn Boy, which was DDG's old cameraman, that man is easily making 10 to 20K or even more from the last time I checked, and that was based upon the connections that he made with DDG and understanding the things that he could get from it. At the end of the day, being a cameraman for a content creator isn't about how much money you're gonna make just to hold the camera. It's about the opportunities that you get after that, right? It is the same as somebody going to Harvard and getting a good college degree and then using the influences and relationships that they got during that time that they were in college, right? That opens more doors for you, and that's what I think most cameramen in this content creator space should do. I don't think you should stay stagnant just thinking that because you hold the camera that this job will be here forever. Content creators get tired of cameramen. Sometimes you're a good cameraman, sometimes you're a really bad one, and if you're in between, what makes you think you won't get replaced? At the end of the day, think about it this way: you are just part of the business. Instead of being part of the business, find a way to be the business. I know, crazy advice. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys thought. This is just my thoughts based upon what I've seen and what I hear. If anybody disagrees, please put it down in the comments. I would love to hear from all y'all. But anyways, it's been your boy Be Easy, and make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Peace.